Hello everyone, welcome back to yet another session with me. This is Sanyukta Saxena. Let's get started with today's session. So again today I'm going to be working on a round Zendala and I'm going to start with a string. It is basically the Tangle drawings that we are going to be drawing today. Yes, so I'm going to start with an orb in the center and then I'm going to draw those nice S shapes. So this is the reverse S and I'm going to draw this reverse S stroke on my tile like this and use it like a string. Basically we are going to be drawing the Tangle drawings today. Yes, so let's first ink the string, or let's start drawing the Tangle drawings. I'm using a boulder nib to start with. This is Micron 08. Give a nice curl, retrace a part of the orb and land on the other side to get that nice S curve. So retracing a part of the curve or the circle in the center always helps you to get that nice curl. Yes. Now the next thing that I'm going to do is give a slight thickness to this reverse S that we started with. So I am just converting it into like a ribbon, starting from the center and then getting a little thicker at the end. Yes. Like this. Now I'm going to be inking these bands. You can always leave a highlight in between. And then the way the Tangle drawing goes, so we are going to start from the back of the S. And then we are going to give nice curls coming to about half of the next one. Yes, so start from the back of the S and then give these curls coming to about half of the next. That's how we generally draw the Tangle drawings. So it's a big drawings covering my entire tile. Like this. Yeah, so now let's get started. First I'm going to ink. I'm using my boulder nib because it will help me ink faster. So just go ahead and ink. If you want, you can leave a highlight in between. So bold inking always adds great drama to your tile. So always look for such opportunities. At least add one such tangle on your tile. It gives an instant lift to your tile. So as I keep saying, inking is a very integral part of the process of tangling. So just don't haste up, give it that time. Do it nicely. Make sure you don't have empty white spaces in between. Yes, looks bold. So let's do that for all of these wings of my drawings. Slowly leaving that highlight, rotate, and then go ahead and ink. Like this. Yeah. Going to the third one. So you take your own time, slowly go to each of these bands and ink them with a highlight. If you don't wish to add this highlight as you are inking, then you can always do that with your chalk later. That's a non-issue. Yes. I'm now inking the last strand. And then from the other side. Slowly take your time. And I think we are done doing the bands. Yes. Now inside here there are a whole lot of tangles that you can choose from. I'm going to add another additional aura there. So that when I add some tangle outside, my drawings is still prominent enough. Now inside here I'm now going to switch my nib and probably do a tangle called wells. I'm sorry. Yes. So I'm starting with an orb and then 9, another 9, and then one more 9. Yes. Now adding another band or aura, mimicking the previous 9. Right. And then inside here I'm going to draw very tiny Divadance rock and roll. Yes. So you have to be patient. Go around, keep adding those humps or bold ink sections. Keep rotating. And keep adding aura, close aura. As you go around, just keep adding those inked sections, close auras, again inked sections, auras. Yes. The rock and roll version, Divadance. Simple tangle to draw. Just make sure your auras are close enough. Yes, looks nice. Let's do that again. Slowly take your time. Divadance is a tangle, very simple to draw but looks very intricate. And that look will come only when the auras are close enough. Right? So the look will be different if the auras are not that close. There is nothing right or wrong. All is good as far as Zentangle is concerned. However, the look will vary if the auras are not close enough. it may not look that intricate. Yeah. So just continue doing the exercise. I'm doing one in front of you. You can go on and do all of them in the same fashion. If you want, you can vary the tangle and draw something else inside each of the sections. That's entirely your choice. Yes. So I'm going to do that for all. So let's start the next one. Start with a nice 9. And then another aura. And then start with Divadance again. Yes. So I'm still continuing in the same fashion, and I'm now on the last section. Started with the Wells grid, adding an additional aura to the 9 that we started with, and then start with your rock and roll Divadance. Go round and round with some bold ink sections in between. Aura closely. Keep going in the same fashion. Spaces are small, so you need to be little careful. Yes. Let's do the second one. Rotate. And the last section here. Take your time. Make sure the auras are close enough. As I mentioned, it will look different if the auras are not close. There's nothing right or wrong about it, just that the look will be different. It may not look so intricate if the auras are not close enough. Almost finishing there. That's it. Yes, so that's our drawings. Now there is some bit of space left at the ends. It is entirely up to you what do you want to do. If you want to add colors, you can do that very comfortably. I'm going to add some flux there. And then fill up the remaining space with tipple. Yes. So that's how I'm going to be adding flux. As far as this tangle is concerned, simple to draw is just about the shape. Yes. Now if you want, you can add some orbs. In fact, I am going to be filling up the entire space inside with orbs. You can stick to orbs of the same size, or you can vary the size. Entirely your choice. How do you want to go about it? Yeah. Take your time. If you want, you can leave some space also. You can add all the orbs of the same size. So lot of variations that you can create even while adding the same tangle tipple, depending on how do you want it to look like. Make sure those tiny little spaces in between are inked. Like this. Yes. So let's do that throughout. So I'm going to again start with my flux. The next one, flux, it's all about the shape. As I mentioned, give a nice balloon shape. Like this, and then just a dash and few orbs, and then fill up the rest of the space with tipple. Yeah. After adding flux, just go ahead and add orbs. Need not be perfect circles. Just squeeze them inside whatever spaces you have. Try leaving minimum of in-between spaces. If you still have them, just fill it in, ink it, and you get this beautiful tangle tipple. Just one stroke, that is an orb. So as I mentioned, you can create whole lot of variety just by varying how you add tipple. So I'm adding tipples of different shapes, sizes. You can always add all of them of the same size, or you can start with bigger size and then diminish the size, whichever way you like it. It's a little difficult to add flux at the edges, but you will be able to do it, I'm sure. Yes, done with that. So let's now fill it up with tipple. Almost finishing. Make sure you don't have empty spaces in between. Pack them tightly. Now these orbs you can just leave a highlight and then ink the rest. Yes, and about the center, probably we will convert it into a droplet or something like that. Yeah, but let us first shade. So as far as shading is concerned, it is up to you. How do you want to go about shading it? So I'm basically going to add shadow here first, so that I kind of separate my drawings. Yes. So when it comes to shading, first of all, there is no standard way to shade your tile. Depends on how do you want to shade it at that point of time, what the tangles that you used, the joining tangles, what do you want to highlight, what you don't want to highlight, what time of day, what mood. Yes, so a lot depends on these things. So I want this part of the tile to move into the background. So I am kind of darkening it so that it recedes. Don't cover the entire thing with gray. Leave this section white. Blend it nicely. So the inner circle, as I mentioned, I'm just going to leave a small highlight and then blend, something like this. Yes, leave some section white here also, and just a small highlight here. As far as the wings are concerned, you can just add some graphite here. I don't want to add too much. And on these bands at the ends and at the beginning. Like this. Probably they are thin, so what is already there on your stub may be sufficient to do that. Like this. Yeah. So let's do that for all. And that's it. I don't think we need to shade more. Slight touches. And that's it. Now if you want, you can touch your chalk pencil. You can also add some at the ends here, just a touch of graphite. That's it. If you want, you can add some touches on your Divadance, but these things are optional. If you feel like, you can add some bit of chalk here also. Yes. So I don't think we need to shade more. I'm just adding some bit of highlights here and there. And that's it. If you want some bit of zen, then just use your GellyRoll to add some dots here. But again, these are embellishments. You may or may not do it. Just a few dots. And that's it. I don't think we need to do anything else. Yes, so this is how I decided to shade my tile. Else what you can do is you can add dark shadow under these strands and highlight those strands instead. Yes, so let's now close our tile. Just put in your chop somewhere sitting cozily. Probably I will write it here. Must sign and date your tile. So I shall see you again with some more sessions. Till then, have a good time. Bye bye.